At 8 years old, here is what Katherine says about her daughter. Nancy Lee is 8 years old, and she is my very, very smart, very compassionate, very big-hearted little girl. She's totally mommy's little helper and loves being the big sister. 15 years ago, this girl was living in an orphanage in South Korea, and no one wanted her until something incredible happened. She was adopted by Katherine Heigl, one of the richest and most famous Hollywood actresses. Her life changed overnight from living in an orphanage to a mansion in Utah. So where is she now, and how has she turned out? Grab a drink, and let's dive into the story. Early life in South Korea. This little girl was born in South Korea in 2009. Her mother gave birth to her in a hospital in Seoul City and left the next day. According to the laws of the land, authorities searched for the girl's mother for a whole month, but sadly, it soon became clear that she was gone forever. Left with no one to care for her, the baby girl was transferred to Namsen Hwan, an orphanage where she spent the first 9 months of her fragile life. Who are her parents, and where are they now? Well, no one has those answers, it remains a mystery. However, those early months of her growing up were tough, as she even had to undergo open-heart surgery due to a congenital heart issue. But little did she know, her fate was about to change in ways she could never imagine. She was the only one among thousands of other orphans who managed to get into a good family. So her adoption story began in 2009 when actress Katherine Heigl and her husband noticed her. But how did they end up in South Korea? Well, let's dive a little into their story. Heigl and Kelly's relationship. If you have watched Grey's Anatomy, you would have met Katherine Heigl, who played the role of Dr. Izzy Stevens. Katherine is an American actress who has starred in blockbuster movies and hit TV shows. On the other hand, Josh Kelly is an American singer-songwriter. So how did she meet him? The pair met while filming the music video for Kelly's 2005 single Only You. Heigl, who was on the verge of winning an Emmy for her role on Grey's Anatomy, starred as her future husband's love interest in the video. I remember the day we met, May 24, 2005, Kelly recalled to Billboard. I had just bought a house here in Nashville. The day after I signed the papers, I had to fly back to LA to do this music video, he added. I showed up that day, we started doing our scenes together, and we just hit it off. We've been together ever since that day. They got engaged the following year, in 2006, and tied the knot in December 2007 in Park City, Utah. Heigl and Kelly were eager to start a family from the get-go. I always thought I'd be scared, but I'm ready. I'm 27, and I feel I've done more than most people will do in a lifetime. I'm ready to settle down, start a family, and build my Kelly empire. So what prompted them to go for the adoption option so early in their marriage? Let's find out. Adoption by Katherine Heigl. Katherine Heigl's adoption journey with her daughter, Nayli, has been both a heartfelt and challenging experience. Heigl and her husband, musician Josh Kelly, adopted Nayli from South Korea in 2009 when she was just 9 months old. The adoption process took about 9 months, and the couple was eager to welcome Nayli into their family. At the time, Heigl was 31 years old, a superstar with immense popularity and wealth. By 2019, Forbes estimated her net worth at $33 million, while her husband Josh Kelly's was valued at $10 million. Why did they adopt a child from as far away as South Korea? South Korea held a special place in Heigl's heart because her parents had adopted her sister from there 3 years before Heigl was born. She shared that adoption was always part of her and Kelly's family plan. Josh and I started talking about adoption before we were even engaged, she told Scholastic Parent and Child in 2014. My sister Meg is Korean, and my parents adopted her 3 years before I was born. I wanted my own family to resemble the one I came from, so I always knew I wanted to adopt from Korea. We have talked about having biological children as well, but we decided to adopt first. I just wanted to be a mom, so however we do that, it's fine with me. Regarding the adoption experience, they were given a referral number to call about the child. She said, when they called us, I was working in Atlanta with Ashton Kutcher, and Josh was there. It was a really crazy time. You're so amped up, you're so excited, you're so impatient. You know there's a child out there waiting for you, and you just want to get your hands on her. Josh sat in my trailer on the phone, and I sat on my phone. They told us about this baby girl who was born the day before me in November. They said she had a heart condition and explained the heart condition to us, telling us it had been corrected through surgery. They wanted us to take the time to consult with our own pediatrician and doctors about it and then decide, but we just said, look, we want her. They found Nelly and instantly fell in love with her. She also explained another beautiful aspect of the adoption process. Josh's father is a heart surgeon, so they sent him her records immediately. He was able to look at her cardiogram and give them the truth. However, this couple was determined to embark on this journey regardless. She said, we were definitely doing it, but we wanted to know what we were dealing with. For Nelly, her condition, once corrected, is corrected. She's perfectly healthy. She has a perfectly healthy heart. They eventually decided to adopt her. When asked whether Josh thought adoption was right for him, in responding, she said, anyone who doesn't have experience with adoption wonders, does love for a child come through DNA? I knew it didn't. My mother had biological children and an adopted child and said it made absolutely no difference. They are yours. You love them the moment they're put into your arms. Josh had to learn that, but he was so gracious and accepting. However, the couple happily embraced Nelly and immediately brought the child to the United States, where she began a completely different life. Remember that Nelly was born with a congenital heart issue and underwent open heart surgery before joining her adoptive family. This health challenge was overcome with the support of her loving adoptive parents, who have always emphasized the importance of family and identity in her upbringing. An unwanted girl from an orphanage now has a loving family, and she will one day become known to the whole world and inherit her parents' fortune of millions of dollars. What has been the challenge of raising Nelly as their adopted child? Keep watching to find out. Challenges in mother-daughter bonding. They were extremely happy as this was their first child. However, their joy soon faced a challenge. Nell didn't respond to Heigl's affection, which left the actress heartbroken, feeling as though she wasn't good enough to be a mother. Heigl opened up about a difficult time in her life when her daughter N seemed closer to her husband than to her. In an interview, Heigl noted that her daughter was really comfortable with Josh, and they bonded quickly. While it was hard for her, she saw that Josh bonded with Nelly so effortlessly that she even called him Disneyland Dad because he would get on the floor, roll around, and make her laugh. Heigl, on the other hand, admitted she wasn't one to roll on the floor and play around like that. However, she realized that she is the cuddler type of parent. She shared that Nelly comes to her when she's hurt, and they have a bedtime ritual together. Nelly has one blankie that goes over her, one that goes by her face, and one that she holds. It's our little thing, Heigl said. Another challenge to their bonding was Heigl's job commitments, which often kept her away. She admitted to spending more time with triplets on set than with Nelly, leaving her constantly worried that she was missing out on connecting with her daughter. It happened that when Nelly was adopted, Heigl had to return to work on Grey's Anatomy just 3 days later, which made it difficult to bond with her infant daughter. At first, she feared that Nelly might not really care about her. However, their social worker reassured them that it's typical for kids to react differently to their new mothers. It was a struggle for Heigl because all she wanted to do was bond with her daughter. In her words, it takes time for a child to trust this new situation and to trust you. My advice is don't be discouraged, the reward is so great. The turning point came in 2012 on The View when Nelly ran up to Heigl on set and hugged her tightly. It was a powerful moment that made Heigl realize they had a strong bond after all. Additionally, her husband wrote a song called Nelly Moon for their daughter to express their love for her. Despite the challenges, Nelly brought Heigl a lot of happiness as her new mom. Heigl expressed, "This girl. The girl who made me a mother. The girl who gave my life purpose, meaning, and direction. Boundless, eternal love radiates from the very core of my being because of her." After their successful adoption, did they adopt another child or have a biological child of their own? Well, keep watching to find out. Expansion of the family. In 2012, Heigl and Kelly adopted their second child, a daughter named Adelaide, from Louisiana. During an appearance on The Tonight Show, Heigl told host Jay Leno that Adelaide's adoption had been serendipitous. She explained that she and Kelly had initially planned to adopt internationally again, but they encountered difficulties. Korea had become very hard to adopt from, and China had an extensive waiting list, she said. 5 years later, at the age of 39, Heigl became pregnant naturally. In 2017, she welcomed her son Joshua into the world. Joshua had been in a breech position for over a month before his due date, so doctors scheduled a C-section. Unfortunately, Joshua didn't start breathing right after birth, and doctors had to quickly give him oxygen to help his lungs function. With Adelaide, we adopted her from birth, so we got that experience. Nolly, we got her when she was 9 months old, so this obviously is our first time going through this. It's exciting and super new, Heigl said. Despite her joy at becoming a mother, Heigl felt overwhelmed and unprepared for the realities of motherhood. She often returned home feeling frustrated after missing important moments in Joshua's day. Balancing her work and her duties as a mom was extremely challenging for her. Heigl spoke openly about the struggles she faced, including anxiety attacks and back issues caused by stress. People will tell you how hard it is, but you have no idea until you experience it, she admitted. In another interview with Parents magazine, Katherine Heigl explained, "We initially thought that we needed one more child to complete this home. They were considering whether that child would be biological, adopted, or fostered. Then, the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and Heigl's whole perspective changed. I have completely changed my mind. I am very content with my 3. After having 3 kids, they decided to move to Utah. What motivated their decision, and how does Nali live with her siblings? Let's find out." Life in Utah. Growing up in the Heigl household was an adventure filled with love, learning, and laughter for Nal. Despite being raised in the public eye, Nal's parents strived to provide her with a normal childhood. Heigl also felt unsure about raising kids in Los Angeles, so the family moved to a ranch outside Utah. In Utah, they prioritized family time and a quieter lifestyle away from Hollywood's chaos. Since Heigl and her husband, Josh Kelly, were committed to providing their daughter with a stable and nurturing environment, they were hands-on parents, balancing their busy careers with their roles at home. Heigl often shared that family time was a priority, and they created plenty of special moments together. Their ranch is home to 8 dogs, 3 cats, chickens, goats, and horses. The children love the rural environment, spending time by the river, skipping rocks, and taking care of the chickens. Heigl appreciates the peacefulness and calmness of Utah. So, how has Nali turned out? Let's find out. Nali's growth and current life. The couple has 1 biological child and has adopted 2 others. Nali now has a big family, a father, a mother, and 2 siblings. She is the oldest of them all. By the time Nolly was 6, Heigl shared that her daughter was growing up into a little intelligent girl, describing her as so smart and so witty. Heigl even called her little girl her best buddy and the coolest little person she'd ever met. Nolly has likely always been Heigl's favorite. Despite the spotlight that often comes with having a celebrity parent, Heigl and Kelly worked hard to give Nolly a normal and grounded upbringing. They protected her from the pressures of fame, allowing her to grow up at her own pace and develop her identity. Their home was a haven where Nali could be herself, surrounded by her family's unwavering love and support. The bond between Nali and her parents grew stronger over the years. Their journey together was filled with unforgettable moments, shared joys, and life's inevitable challenges. Yet, through it all, the Heigl household remained a place of love, warmth, and endless possibilities for Nolly. Also, Heigl was always mindful of her daughter's privacy and carefully managed this attention. Yet, there were moments when Nali appeared at public events with her mother, such as charity functions and movie premieres, where her charm and poise quickly captured public interest. As she grew older, Nali became more comfortable with these appearances. Nali made her debut on the red carpet at the premiere of the animated film The Nut Job in 2014 when she was 5 years old. 8 years later, in November 2022, N appeared on a talk show. This time, she watched her mother from the audience. Furthermore, to keep Nolly out of the public eye, Heigl mentioned in a 2023 interview that Nolly is one of only 2 kids in her grade who doesn't have her phone, partly to limit her exposure to social media. Education was another cornerstone in the Heigl household. Katherine and Josh strongly emphasized learning, ensuring that Nolly had access to the best educational opportunities. They encouraged her to explore her interests and talents, whether in academics, arts, or sports. This support helped Nolly to develop a well-rounded personality and discover her passions. Heigl and Kelly also taught their daughter the values of kindness, empathy, and resilience. They often engaged in community service and charitable activities, showing in the importance of giving back and making a difference. This instilled in her a sense of responsibility and compassion from a young age. Now at 15 years old, Nolly is all grown up. She lives in a $4 million house in Utah, USA, which offers an incredible view of the mountains and features a stone garden, a greenhouse, bedrooms, and fireplaces. She also enjoys luxury cars such as a $118,000 Range Rover sports car and a $644,000 white Audi Q5. What has been the secret behind their successful parenting, and how is Nolly navigating her teen years? Let's find out. Parenting philosophy. N is currently navigating her teenage years, and her education is a priority for her family. Heigl aims to raise her daughters, including Nolly, to be confident and not feel obligated to please others. Heigl has noted that she is actively working against societal norms that often encourage women to be pleasing, and she encourages her daughters to understand that their worth is not tied to others' expectations. Moreover, Nolly has been involved in various family activities and has accompanied her mother to work on occasion, allowing her to experience the entertainment industry in a controlled manner. Today, Nolly is a striking example of growth and transformation. No longer the baby adopted by Katherine Heigl, she has matured into a confident young adult with her own unique identity. Katherine Heigl has emphasized the importance of providing a normal childhood for her children, focusing on family time and a quieter lifestyle. Heigl shares that this environment allows for more meaningful connections among family members. She also speaks about the challenges of parenting a teenager in today's digital age. She has chosen to limit Nolly's access to social media, citing concerns about its effects on young people. Heigl prioritizes giving her children a normal upbringing, so Nolly has no social media accounts and is mostly seen on her mother's Instagram. Despite this, Nolly has been known to sneak onto her mother's iPad to create TikTok videos. Her transformation is not just physical but also personal. N has developed a strong sense of self and direction, remaining grounded thanks in part to the values and support instilled by her family. As a mother of multiracial children, Heigl has reflected on her upbringing and the societal challenges her daughters may face. She has acknowledged her white bubble upbringing and the need to prepare her children for the realities of racism and societal perceptions. Heigl is committed to fostering an environment where her children can openly discuss their identities and birth stories, allowing them to navigate their experiences in a supportive manner. How has adoption also impacted Nolly, knowing that her roots are in South Korea? Let's find out. The impact of adoption. N's adoption has made her a regular presence on Heigl's social media, with the actress sharing sweet photos and tributes to her daughter. For example, on N's 13th birthday, Heigl posted the first photo she received of Nolly when adopting her. The bond between Katherine and Nolly is a testament to the deep impact of their relationship. Their connection goes beyond traditional mother-daughter roles. It's a relationship built on mutual respect, support, and unconditional love. This strong bond has helped Nolly navigate the challenges of growing up in the public eye. Regarding Nolly's heritage, has she ever returned to South Korea since she was adopted? The actress often traveled with N to South Korea, introducing her to the culture of her native country. Katherine Heigl and her mother, Nancy, founded the Jason Davis Heigl Foundation in 2008. Their goal was to combat animal cruelty and abuse by establishing an organization dedicated to animal welfare, honoring the compassion and memory of a cherished son and brother. What do you think of Katherine Heigl's actions?